Hello YouTube, Scout13 here, back again! And well, you guys asked for some bike footage, so I decided to go out and make this. It's just a local pump track. This is nothing too extreme, but I thought you guys might want to see it anyway. When the weather gets a bit better, I will be taking my bike up into the trials, but as you can see from this video here, at a very basic, normally incredibly dry pump track, it's very muddy, and my bike got caked, as well as me, in very wet, very yucky mud. So, this is me and a friend of mine who's on a BMX bike, which I suppose is fine for this, but it's not the sort of thing I ride. This is me on my Rockrider, my custom Rockrider, and I actually took it here to test out my new parts. I got a new handlebar for the bike, 680mm wide, carbon fibre, completely bare carbon fibre. You can see the weave, it's absolutely beautiful. I might do a video showing that just because I love it. It's so bloody beautiful. Using my little action camera, which you guys have seen before. It's not a GoPro, it's not that high quality, I paid not very much for it. However, for the quality of it, I think it's actually pretty damn good. So, you guys are now watching this, I suppose. You're watching me, in fact I'm watching it now. You can see me going over the hills. I wasn't pushing it, I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to get too muddy. Look up these puddles. I also didn't want to have an accident. He's over there on a BMX on slick tyres. He had no grip going over these bits. I mean, you will see my footage is very smooth due to my rather lovely air suspension. You wait till you see his perspective. I think I put 1 or 2 clips from his perspective on there. It's so bumpy. It wasn't the best traction for either of us, to be perfectly honest. My tyres are proper trial tyres, are made for like wood and stuff, wet leaves. This was, in all honesty, not quite the right terrain for them, so I didn't have the best grip in the world. I was also testing out a new handlebar, which is quite a bit wider than my old one, so I was still getting used to that. Plus, I wasn't wearing a helmet, and I wasn't wearing any safety gear, so I'm not going to push myself too far. But, hey, I had a bit of fun. It was a good fun day. Got caked in mud, what's better than that? And as you can see, it's a pretty basic pump track. I didn't try and do any big jumps. I didn't want to break anything. I didn't want to, like, this is very far from where I live. And I had no spare parts, so I didn't want to break, like, I don't know, like a flag snapper chain or something and not have the ability, or even get a puncture. I didn't want to get a puncture and have no way of getting home, because that would have been a good 2.5 hour walk all the way back to my place. I didn't want to do that, but yeah, you can see. So I suppose what I will do in a second is start some music, and you guys can see a little bit more of me here at this pump track, having a bit of fun, I suppose. I mean, it's a pretty basic one, as you guys can see. This is it. There's a few shenanigans going on. Well, this is quite a cool perspective. There's me running off to go get my bike. I did a few perspectives, a few sort of point of views, which mounts on my handlebars. You know, just a few cool shots. So I suppose maybe I should leave it here, I guess. I don't know. There I am going off on the right there. I could just leave myself running and do like a commentary all the way. I could do that. I could have some music playing in the background. I might experiment with background music for the first time ever and just comment on my own riding. Yeah, I was taking it very slow. So I was just letting the bike roll and pumping it over these as you're meant to. It is a pump track. Some BMXers do use this as a jump track. Personally, I find my bike is too long to jump here. The jumps just aren't right for a full-size mountain bike. My mate on the BMX tried. This is the first BMX he's ever owned, so he wasn't used to it. He's a mountain bike guy, really. He just thought he'd give it a go, so he bought himself BMX, and yeah, he's still getting used to it. He likes it though. So, hey, maybe one day I'll try one. No, I won't. I'll never try a BMX. Josh, if you're listening, my cousin, I'm never again, after trying your BMX, never again getting on BMX. That was hell. Thank you very much. There I am, over on the right, on my lovely Rockrider. There's my suspension playing, a bit weird. Oh, change of perspective. This is me again, you can tell because it's reasonably smooth. Look at these puddles. It was so muddy here. But yeah, really good track. I'll show you a thing I kept having issues with. There's one ramp. It's not, well, one hill, crest, whatever you want to call it, where I was just launching my bike a little bit and landing heavily on an uphill section, which kept bottoming out my forks. Is this one we're about to come up to here? There. I kept bottoming out my forks on that little bit, and oh my god, the clunk as the forks bottomed out and the shot through my wrists, and it just brought the bike to a complete halt. Oh my god, that was painful. I felt like I broke my wrist on more than one occasion there. That was not fun. I need to put a bit more air in my forks, pump them up a little bit. There's my mate on his BMX, which was caked in mud. by this point. Riding down the road on the way home, he was just spinning up his back wheel just to get rid of some mud. It was ridiculous. He had no grip at all through any of this, so congrats to him for even attempting it. No, but I think I did pretty good, you know. I had a good time, I was flowing. It started raining halfway through the day, but we persevered on. We were there for a good 4, maybe 5 hours. It started to get dark by the time we left. My camera only lasted about an hour before both batteries ran out. It's not a great camera, but it does the job. It's a little cheapy action camera, and I like it. There, I did it then. You saw the bike slam down. You wouldn't have heard it because I've taken all the sound out, but there's a massive clunk, and the bike just comes to a complete stop because the forks are just bottomed out. And oh, these are 130mm travel forks. So there's quite a bit of travel there to actually bottom out. I'm going to turn around and go back the other way now because why the hell not? Yeah, there's quite a lot of travel on those forks, and for them to bottom out is a really sort of kablam. It really hurts. It's not a pleasant experience per se. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed my time here at this pump track. Might make a few more videos here in the future if you guys like what you're seeing. I might just use bike stuff as sort of a background, really, to be honest with you. It works quite well as a background for me talking like this. So, oh, it's a bit of my necklace up there at the top of the corner. I was wearing a rather large necklace because the normal, it's not a chain, but the normal thing I wear with the little pendant thing on broke, so I was using a really long one instead because it was all I had around. I am replacing that because it means a lot to me and I want it fixed. This bit was muddy. That bit, oh my god. You'll notice in some later footage I go really slow and struggle to get up that hill. That's not because I was going slow, but that's purely because I slammed on my brakes so I didn't make a massive splash because I didn't want to get caked in mud. It made no difference. We got caked in mud. He was wearing grey, I was wearing my favourite hoodie. Not a fun experience. I mean, those shoes are wrecked forever. My bike is behind me, absolutely filthy. Yes, my bike stays in my home because I live in a really rough area in a flat with no gardens, so I'm going to keep my bike in my flat when it's worth as much as this bike is worth. And it's not even that, it's sentimental value because I've got a lot of sentimental bits on there, stuff that people have helped me with, you know. It's sentimental. I love my bike. If you guys want to know a bit more about the bike itself, the frame is a Rockrider 5.1 special edition. There's actually only 400 of those exact frames in existence. Rockrider made a special edition one in 2009. They basically made it out of slightly thinner aluminium and used a sort of honeycomb mesh of aluminium inside to still give it the strength of a normal frame, but roughly 2/3 of the weight of one of their standard frames, so it doesn't weigh very much, yet it's very, very strong. What else is different about it? That's pretty much it. It doesn't have a mount for a rear disc brake, hence why I only have one front brake, but I get by with that and I'm perfectly happy with that. It's got a Deda Elementi stem, which is technically for a road bike, but I'm a long lanky person, so I like to have a fairly long stem on my mountain bikes. It's got a carbon fibre, what's the San Marco seat, white leather and carbon fibre, almost no padding, but hey, who needs padding on a jump bike like this? The suspension is SR Suntour XCM V3 forks by standard. However, I've used an air conversion kit, so by standard these are coil forks with 120mm of travel. I bought a conversion kit to convert them to the XCX by Suntour, which just replaced all the internals. It also ups the travel to 130mm because I get new stanchions with that. The only things that stayed were the sort of crown bit at the top of the stanchions and the lowers. All the rest has been completely replaced. So 130mm are now air on the left and nothing at all on the right. The right does nothing. So it's all on the left side, the left stanchion. I can, if I ever want to, take that and put it in the right, or if I can actually fit the same kit on the right side to get twice the thing, but I'm a light person and it's a very light bike, so I found just having the one is perfectly fine for me, and it still gives all of the force I need. For somewhere like this I should put a bit more air in it because it's putting quite a bit of pressure on those forks, but for day-to-day riding the way it's set up now is absolutely perfect and I love it. It's got carbon fibre wheel rims on there, 26-inch, I can't remember the exact make of them. I did have stickers all over them, I peeled them off because I like the simple look. It's got carbon fibre spokes, which I fitted myself to the carbon fibre rims, carbon fibre hubs to the wheels. Again, I'm really bad at remembering the brands of all this. I know it's a Quando front hub. I can't remember the brand of the rear one. I've got a feeling it's Schooly. I can't remember too well. It's got a carbon fibre handlebar, 680mm wide, as I told you. I normally ride with Lizard Skin Peaty Grips. However, my Lizard Skin Peaty Grips were worn out, so I put on some temporary cheapo £10 Halfords ones on there for today. Just, well, for that day. Lizard Skin Peaties are back on there now, purely because I didn't have the money to go and buy some Lizard Skins ones at a time. What else? I use my tyres and Maxxis ignitors. They're 2.2 wides, and they're not very wide, but it is a light bike, so I don't need hugely wide tyres. And I'm about to run out of time. So, if you enjoyed this video, also it's running a single speed setup, which I've spoken about before. No gears. Yeah, weird. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Have a wonderful day. And I suppose, bye-bye. So my friend.